Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster, and if you know me, you know I absolutely love the Black Series number 94 Mandalorian. It was one of my first ever Black Series figures I ever bought. It was my first ever video on YouTube, and I even went out and bought the white box first edition Mando. This figure means a lot to me, and it was the whole reason I got into collecting Black Series in the first place. But the figure came out in 2019, and so the articulation is really not holding up to today's standards. Just recently we got the brand new Book of Boba Fett Mando, and this figure is absolutely incredible. It's in the top 10 best figures of all time of just the Black Series in general. It is incredible, and you know, that just really got me thinking, what if the number 94 Mando had the brand new articulation of the Book of Boba Fett figure? I just started thinking, why can't it? Let's go ahead and make a number 94 Mando with that good of articulation. And that's when I had the realization that the Black Series Death Watch Mandalorian actually has a ton of similarities to number 94. Specifically, the chest armor, the thigh plates, the full arms with the gauntlets, gloves, and shoulder pads. And so essentially what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use those parts on the brand new Glavis Ringworld Mando. So I went out and I bought a brand new Glavis Ringworld Mandalorian, and we're going to start tearing these figures apart and Mod Podging together a number 94 Mando. Okay, so basically what I did to start here is I took a hairdryer and I heated up the Mando figure to get it nice and warm and malleable. I popped off the head and I started with the arms. Then from there, what I did was I took off the chest overlay piece as well as the cape. The cape is connected to that chest overlay piece. From there, I heated up the leg. I only need the right leg off, and so I pop that off here pretty simple. And I also do heat it up again, and I separate the thigh from the actual knee, and so that was pretty easy to do as well. From there, I do take off the Beskar shoulder pad here, because I do need this pauldron for my Mando figure. Next up, I move on to the Death Watch Mando, because I have all of the Djarin parts I need. I heat it up, and I start off with popping off the head. From there I switch to the arms as well. Both of those are pretty simple to take off. And now that we have the arms off, the chest overlay is actually now free and we are able to take that off, so that slides off here pretty easily, which is good. We also do need to take this shoulder pad off, and that's because we need to put the Beskar one on there. From there we do take off the right leg because this is the leg that we're actually going to be putting on the Glavis Ringworld body. We separate the knee, pretty easy. The knee pad also does just come off. We also do have to cut off this little extra holster piece. We're not going to be needing it for our Mando. And after all of that, we have finally assembled all of the pieces we'll need for this Mandalorian figure. Let's go ahead and actually make him. And there we go. He is all put together. And I know he doesn't look super special yet, but that's because we still have to get him all painted up in the correct number 94 Mando colors. So here's a quick side-by-side to the original number 94 Mando, and as you can see, it's going to need a lot of paint. Specifically, the arms are going to need a lot of paint, obviously the chest, the thigh pads, and even some of the undersuit. But other than that, we are pretty much set. I mean, the shins are pretty much perfect, helmet, some of the shoulder pads and different armored pieces are pretty good as well, so there's just a few pieces here and there that are gonna need some paint, but, you know, there's only one person I trust when it comes to paint, and that is Commander Cook. Commander Cook does a ton of customs in the community, and he just does amazing work. He even made some of my personal Lukeness Battalion clones, and they came out just, they're the coolest thing I own, I gotta say. So, yeah, if anybody's gonna paint this figure, it's gotta be Commander Cook.
Hey guys, Commander Cook here, helping out Lukeness with the painting part of this project. So I received the figure like this, and the first thing I'm going to do is start taking the figure apart so that it will be easier to paint. Usually I just do this with a blow dryer and an X-Acto knife if needed. So after I've done that, there are a few pieces that need some dremeling, specifically the ones with joints. We're going to be dremeling down those joints so that when we move them, the paint doesn't rub off. There's also this piece here, which is the left thigh plate. It doesn't have this sort of ridge going down the middle, so we're just going to go ahead and Dremel that flat. Once I've got that done, it's now time for the painting. And for the brown part of the armor, after looking at some references from the show, I went with sort of a darker reddish brown. Some other painting I did was the piece under the chest armor, of course the undersuit, and also I painted things like the hand plates and the left thigh plate. After I'm done painting though, I'll go ahead and put all the pieces back together. Some extra notes that I will add about the painting is that I didn't end up painting the boots because I felt like they looked accurate, and on the real costume there is sort of a tan fabric overlay around the ab area, and so I ended up just painting that area tan. As you can see here, to connect the shoulder pads, I ended up using some elastic band. I feel like this gives it a little bit of a cleaner look, and it still keeps the articulation. For the weathering, I'm mostly going to do some silver scratching, which I copied from some references, and also just a little bit of black dry brushing in the crevices. For the finishing touches, I'm just going to add the cape and the helmet, and he'll be good to go.
Alrighty guys, so we finally got the package here back from Commander Cook, and we're gonna get it open. I cannot wait to see what this guy looks like. Of course, make sure to go check out Commander Cook. He will be linked in the description. He is so awesome, and he does amazing Black Series content on his channel, so go check him out. But here we go. In the Ray-Bans box. That's awesome. But here we have the Mando figure. So excited to get this guy open. And here we go. We have our Mando. But wow, this figure looks so cool. Look at the weathering and the paint detail on this armor. I think the color he chose for the armor is perfect. It looks really good. Obviously, we do have the one Beskar shoulder pad. Looks so good. And of course, all of this is on that modern articulation of that brand new Glavis Ringworld body. So, yeah, real cool. And of course, the soft goods cape. This turned out amazing. You guys have to go check out Commander Cook if you haven't already. And then we do have the long rifle as well, which should fit in the back of the figure here. What I'm actually going to do is put it in the little jetpack hole. Now, it was not really designed for this, but it gets the job done just fine in it. And it does hold on to that rifle, which is really nice. But yeah, this figure is truly incredible. With all the updated articulation of the Glavis Ringworld Mando, with that soft goods cape, it is truly one of my favorite custom figures I have ever gotten. You know, the number 94 Mando holds a special place in my heart. If you go to the first video ever posted on my channel, it is a review of number 94 Mando. So to have this custom by Commander Cook, it is such an honor, and I want to give a huge shout out to him. Again, make sure to go check out his channel. Obviously, you guys saw him do the process of making this figure, and so if you liked that, you'll like all the other stuff on his channel. But yeah, this figure is so cool. Let's go ahead and get some other characters here to pose him with. But of course, I had to give this version of Mando the Camtono. I think it looks really great, and it adds so much to this figure. And of course, we have to give this version of Mando some figures to pose him with. First up here is Grogu and IG-11, the Credit Collection Cara Dune, and of course, Quill. So yeah, here is our Mando Season 1 gang, looking incredible together. I absolutely love how these figures look together, and this is going to be one of my favorite displays on the shelf. So again, huge shout out to Commander Cook for being able to paint up this figure for me. It means the world. Make sure you go check out his channel. It is of course linked in the description. Go check it out, drop a like, drop a subscription, because he makes some incredible Black Series content over on his channel. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy, the like button and subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, where I kind of kit bash and combine several different Black Series figures, please let me know down in the comments below, because I have a few different ideas in the works, and I want to know what you guys think. So if you did enjoy, go down, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.